daringly heating his mysterious tale involving just 3 people on a low boil across 2.5 hours. South Korean director Lee Chang-dong establishes and then sustains an almost trance-like state while still keeping a simple yet elusive story of thought and burning. This is a beautifully crafted film loaded with glancing insights and observations into an understated triangular relationship, one rife with subtle perceptions about class, privilege, reverberating family legacies, creative confidence, self-invention, sexual jealousy, justice and revenge. The pick looks likely to get a good ride on the festival circuit and in specialized theatrical release in select markets. The script has been adapted from Haruki Murakami's short story, Barn Burning, but the film also plainly acknowledges its debt to William Faulkner, who also wrote a story, in 1939, called Barn Burning. The aspiring writer character names Faulkner as his favorite, while another is seen reading the author in a late-on scene. Lee and his regular co-writer Oh Young-mi feed a great many undercurrents into the superficially simple yarn of an unprepossessing delivery man who is surprisingly taken to bed by a vibrant young woman he doesn't remember but who was once his classmate. When she returns from a trip to Africa with a ridiculously handsome, smooth and rich Korean boyfriend she met on her travels, the young man knows he's the loser, but that's when the story really begins to percolate. Good enough looking but bashful and unassertive, Jang Soo-yeon gets swept up in spite of himself by the electric currents emanating from Hee-mi Jun Jang Seo, who's dressed up cute doing promotions on the sidewalk. She has the unbeatable combination of being both pretty and self-deprecating. She even remembers that Jang Soo called her ugly back in school, but she blithely admits she's had work done since. Hee-mi adds that she's planning to go to Africa because she has the great hunger, which is just her way of saying she has a lust for life. Jang Soo is Delsville by comparison, but she makes him a lucky guy, at least for a short time. She also asks him to take care of her cat while she's on her trip, and it tells us all we need to know about his feelings for her that he pleasures himself every time he visits to clean up the kitty litter. By contrast, Jang Soo's family life is fractured and unhappy, a fact compounded by a criminal trial that soon lands his father in prison. The family farm is very close to the North Korean border and Jang Soo, who likes to listen to North Korean propaganda on the radio, spends most of his time there once Hee-mi returns from her trip with the sophisticated and suave Ben Yoon Steven, and is being squired around in his Porsche. When Ben is compared to the Great Gatsby, Jang Soo observes, "There are so many Gatsbys in Korea." Across the first hour or so, Lee keeps the film lovely in a low-key way occasioned by its sophisticated but unforced observations. It's evident that Jang Soo is suffering because Hee-mi is not about to jettison her big bucks boyfriend for him, just as it's clear that the ever-passive Jang Soo's jealousy is slowly coming to a boil. After Ben admits that he has actually long had the vice of greenhouse burning, the film suddenly goes stunningly silent as we witness an example of it. The pic itself heats up after this point when Hee-mi goes missing, and the two men slowly begin circling one another in a dance you know can't end well. The film's considerable length does make itself felt at certain moments, but Lee wins his gamble that he can sustain interest in this three-hander for the full stretch, and the inevitably violent climax and its aftermath justify the long wait. Intelligence and subtle storytelling smarts are in evidence throughout Burning, which gratifyingly pays off the viewer's investment of time. The performances of the three principals are first-rate, although it cannot be denied that Jun is sorely missed during the lengthy stretches when she's not on screen. The fine craftsmanship is evident in every respect, from Hong Kyung-pyo's outstanding cinematography to Moog's distinctive score. Production companies, Pinehouse Film, Now Film, NHK Film Cast, Yoon Steven, Jun Jang Seo Director, Lee Chang-dong Screenwriters. Oh Young-mi, Lee Chang-dong executive producer, Lee Jun-dong director of photography, Hong Kyung-pyo production designer, Shin Jam-wei costume designer, Lee Chung-yeon music, Moog editors, Kim Yun, Kim Da-won venue, Cannes Film Festival, competition, 148 minutes.